Hello and welcome to the Wednesday Show on Wednesday. Welcome back to the Wednesday Show. It is March 7th. I'm CJ, coming to you pre-recorded from Minnesota. It is currently 13 degrees out and mostly cloudy. So I'm going to have a bit of a shorter episode for you today, and our topics are the Oscars. Going to be talking about the winners, my thoughts on that. We're going to take a little break. I got some updated, my version of ads. I got a new thing that I'm going to be mentioning in that. And then we're going to be talking about the bands that are coming on Warped Tour for the last, full Warped Tour. So that'll be our second topic and our last topic for the day. Sorry, but this is going to be a bit of a shorter episode. So let's get right into it with the Oscars. So the Oscars just happened recently. And I ended up missing that. I had to go to bed early for work because I had to get up pretty darn early, so I ended up missing the Oscars. But anyways, I wanted to talk about what my thoughts are on some of the winners and see if I agree with some of their decisions. So one of the movies that I wanted to win for sure was Dunkirk, and I believe they won 3 Oscars. So Dunkirk won for sound mixing, sound editing, and film editing. It definitely deserves, it deserves those Oscars for sure. It was really well put together, and it deserved more than that in my opinion, but I'll get to that a little bit later. Then we have Blade Runner 2049 for visual effects. Yeah, I can see that. Blade Runner 2049. I didn't do a review for this one, but it was a good movie. It was actually really good. It was long, though. I did not... I went and saw it with a friend, and we didn't really look at the runtime for Blade Runner 2049. And that was a pretty long movie. I don't know if you saw it, but yeah, it was pretty long. So, who else did win? Oh, Blade Runner 2049 also won for cinematography. Sure, yeah, I can see that given to them. Yeah. Makeup and hairstyling. Darkest Hour won for that. Okay. Darkest Hour was really good. Actually, I think they probably should have. Yeah. To me, it had been a toss-up between Dunkirk and Darkest Hour for... you know what? Yeah, Darkest Hour deserved makeup and hairstyling. Yeah, I agree with that. Who else won? Original screenplay, Get Out won. Yeah, I can see that. Get Out was a pretty good movie. I enjoyed that film. Yeah, I think it deserved for original screenplay. That makes sense. So for supporting actor, Sam Rockwell from 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Ugh, I'm getting a little tongue twisted. But 3 Billboards also won for Best Actress, which was Frances McDormand. Sorry if I mispronounced that name. Best Actor, Gary Oldman for Darkest Hour. Yeah, he definitely deserved that. I couldn't see another person winning Best Actor. I mean, if you saw Darkest Hour, he gave a fantastic performance. He deserved that. I can't think of another actor that would have topped him for this year. And we'll be getting into Best Picture here then. Now, this is where I have the most disagreement on. Best Picture, The Shape of Water won that award. The Shape of Water does not even deserve to be in the Oscars, in my opinion. Well, It does. It deserves to be nominated, I guess, but yeah, best score it has. I mean, it was pretty decent score. I could see it being nominated. But best picture, no, it does not deserve best picture. Not at all. It doesn't even come close to deserving best picture. I absolutely fundamentally disagree with that. No. And it also, Del Toro won for Best Director for Shape of Water. Best Picture and Best Director. Well, Best Picture should have been Dunkirk, and Best Director should have been Christopher Nolan. Dunkirk got everything right on a technical scale for film, cinematography, lighting, sound, color, everything. It got it right. Color correction. Sorry. Acting. To me, it was a perfect movie because it captured a moment. Granted, you could argue that Shape of Water is also a period piece, which it kind of is. It takes place back in I think it was the 60s. Yeah, I think it was the 60s. So, The Shape of Water kind of has this fairy tale-esque feel about it, but set more grounded in reality in a way. I think on my blog I rated it a 3.2 out of 5. It does not deserve anything higher than that. I kind of found the movie to be a bit of a letdown. It didn't seem like the actors were giving it their all at many scenes, really. The story had potential, but it was executed poorly. Unlike Dunkirk, where you had I saw a video of this. There was a veteran who was actually was at Dunkirk, an Englishman, I believe, and this man he pretty much came out of the theater crying, and I'm paraphrasing him, but I believe he said that he thought he would never see it again. When you capture a moment so well that the people who were actually there said, yes, that's exactly what happened, that's amazing. That's very good historical accuracy. Is the film, 100% historical accurate? Probably not. But did it get the events correct? Yes. Dunkirk perfectly, in my opinion, captured a moment which can't be recaptured. Or shouldn't have been recaptured, or we don't think could have been recaptured. But it did. Christopher Nolan is an amazing director, and he's the only person I think who could have pulled this off currently. Maybe sometime in the future, another director coming along could do this, but as of right now, yeah, I'm giving it to Christopher Nolan. Shape of Water, I mean, that was such a disappointment. I'm going to actually go on my blog and look what I wrote about it, because I wrote about it on March 1st. Oh, one thing I did like in The Shape of Water was they had a constant theme of the color green throughout the entire film. I think that was kind of neat, but... Oh, and I did like the design of the amphibian man. It's kind of based off the creature from the Black Lagoon. So, I mean, it was pretty cool with the design, but it was visually well put together. I will give it that. Yeah, the music was alright, but it wasn't that memorable. Unlike Dunkirk, where the sound is a character upon itself. I mean, really, this sound is a character in that movie. And I'm gonna go over to my... no, that'll take a while to scroll down. That was a long time ago I reviewed that. But anyways, The Shape of Water does not even deserve to be in the nomination for Best Picture. I'm going to see who are the nominations. Oscars 2000. Yeah, I'm looking this up. 2018 nominations. Okay. Who was also nominated? Okay, so for Best Picture, we had Call Me By Your Name, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, The Shape of Water, and Three Billboards. So, from what I've heard, here's what I'm just going to go down each movie and tell you what I think, if it deserved to be on Best Picture or not, as a nomination. Call Me By Your Name, I actually didn't really hear much about this film, so could be good, could not be. I'm going to give it a pass, saying, okay, might have been well enough for Best Picture. Darkest Hour, yes, that deserved the nomination for Best Picture. Dunkirk deserved to win. It should have won. I'm going to stick by that. Get Out, yes, Get Out did deserve a nomination for Best Picture. I will agree to that. Get Out was a very well put together film, and I do believe it did deserve at least a nomination. Lady Bird. I have not seen Lady Bird, but I've heard good things about it, so I'm going to have to take my friend's words on it and say that it did deserve its nomination. Then we have Phantom Thread, which I haven't really heard much about, so I'm going to have to take their word for it. The Post. Honestly, with The Post, I kind of got annoyed with the trailers that have just kept coming up, so I'm kind of glad that one's out of the way. It might have been good, might not have been, so it's kind of like, Shape of Water did not deserve to be on Best Picture, no. Then we had Three Billboards. From what I've heard, that was a good movie, so I'm going to give it the pass and say, yeah, it deserved to be nominated. Yeah, it was just kind of a disappointment. I think the Oscars actually had one of their lowest turnouts ever for their viewership. I don't really blame people for not watching it. It was... I mean, I don't think people care much anymore about the show of the Oscars. I think they just care about who wins the Oscars. So, yeah, I'm just going to say my final thoughts on this. Del Toro did not deserve Best Director. That award should have gone to Christopher Nolan. Best Picture, Shape of Water does not even come close to Dunkirk, and I find it from a cinephile's point of view, someone who absolutely loves the art of film, I almost find it insulting that you would say The Shape of Water is better than Dunkirk. Dunkirk deserved to win. So anyways, we're going to take a little break right now, then we're going to get back into it with the bands for Vans Warped Tour. Alright, if you haven't checked out my blog yet, you can check out my blog at the-quintessentialist.blogspot.com. That's the-quintessentialist.blogspot.com. I mostly do movie reviews on that, so go and check that out, please. I also have my Midwestern Gothic short story out titled The Ice Witch Under Lake Superior. You can find that on Amazon.com. If you're a short story writer and you need someone to beta read your short story, you can check out my beta reading service, my honest beta reading service on Fiverr.com. There'll be a link in the description of this podcast for that. So, if you're a short story writer and you need a beta reader, check out my service. Now back to the show. Alright, right, so Vans Warped Tour has announced the bands, and I'm on their website right now, and let's see if they have anything good to offer for their final year for Warped Tour. I'm probably not. I have looked at this list once before, and I'll say I don't know all the bands, but the ones I do know, I'll give you my thoughts on quick. Right, so we have Asking Alexandria. They're alright. Black Veil Brides, never got into them. Didn't really think they were that good. Who else do we have? Sum 41. I do like Sum 41. They'd be pretty cool to see live. Heard of Taking Back Sunday, but never really got into Taking Back Sunday. All Time Low. They're kind of Falling in Reverse. Kind of liked one song by them. Not really got into them. The Used is going to be there. Okay. Silverstein. I do want to see Silverstein. That would be... Yeah, I would really enjoy seeing them, Silverstein. Crown the Empire. I would like to see Crown the Empire, but I have no idea what's going on with their band right now. I know they had like 2 people leave. Yeah, things just aren't going great for them at the moment, from what I've heard recently. They could have changed, not entirely sure yet, but yeah. In Heart's Wake, yeah, they'd be pretty cool to see. They're an Australian band. I don't know what it's with you Australians, but it seems like you have some of the best bands out right now. I mean, In Heart's Wake is awesome, and then you have one of my all-time favorite bands, Hands Like Houses. They're not on this Warped Tour, but I wish they were. I want to see them live at least once. It's such a great band. If you haven't checked out Hands Like Houses yet, just pause this podcast, go on YouTube, look up Hands Like Houses. They're amazing. Just go and check them out. Okay, who else do we have that I know? Yeah, that's about it. I'm not too impressed with their lineup this year. For their last year, it's kind of a letdown. Come on, guys. I mean, you could have had a little bit of a better lineup than this. Yeah. I mean, there are a couple bands I'd love to see there, but pretty much just Silverstein, Crown the Empire, Sum 41, and In Heart's Wake. Out of, what, at least X many bands, I have no idea how many they have, but there's at least more than 20, I can say that. I want to see, 4? Come on, guys. I mean, you really could have had a little bit of a better lineup than this. Anyways, that was kind of a letdown. So, that'll bring us to the end of our show, so we'll get right into our outro today. So, if you enjoyed this episode of the podcast, please give it a like, a share, all that stuff. I'll do my usual links in the description. Sorry for a shorter episode this week. I didn't have too much to talk about in the world of entertainment. But anyways, I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a good week. And I will see you next week, hopefully. So, see you then.